Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about my thoughts on the Jurassic World trilogy. So, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna finish this new trilogy out. I watched Jurassic World when it came out in 2015. I did not like it. And so, because of that, I decided, you know what, I could care less about the other two, especially since I keep hearing the other two had bad reviews. Then, all of a sudden, around 2025, they're gonna make like a new trilogy and everything. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. If people are complaining about Jurassic World, why in the world are you continuing? Also, I don't like the idea of it being called Jurassic World. Because, the first trilogy was Jurassic Park, which is my favorite, although I did not like the third. The third was pointless, and felt like a TV movie or a TV filler episode. And so the new trilogy was called Jurassic World. Well, why can't the new trilogy be called Jurassic Kingdom? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's to the point where they're just like, okay, forget the original three, just think about the Jurassic World series and continue with that. And it's like, no. Why not incorporate all? Because of course, like, I don't care what anybody says about the second one, Jurassic Park Lost Kingdom. I like that movie. That was a cool movie, and I like the idea of a Tyrannosaurus Rex running around the streets of whatever street they was at. I wanted to see it. I got to see it. I'm happy. And the first one, as we all know, is the best of the best. And it will never, ever, ever be topped, which is something they tried to do with Jurassic World. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna finish out the trilogy. And I hate it. I'm not joking when I say I hate Jurassic World, the trilogy. There's not a single movie in that trilogy I like. There's not a single trilogy I would like to buy on DVD. Yeah, there was some interesting moments, some cool moments here and there, but the rest was just kind of like, is this what y'all spent the last 25 years thinking about? Or 30 or whatever, how many years it's been? Like, y'all couldn't come up with anything better than this? Ugh. Because for the most part, these movies, I can't talk moogles. These movies are a requel. They're a soft reboot, and they're also like a continuation. So with Jurassic World, of course, it's basically Jurassic Park. You have like this theme park with dinosaurs and this over the top like person who runs it or helps runs it that just won't listen to people. You have some people who know stuff about dinosaurs and crap, and so it's basically just the first one just reworked. Then you have Fallen Kingdom, which is basically the Lost Kingdom, and I'm just kind of like, dude, think of something else to do. They're back on the island. They're trying to rescue certain dinosaurs. Then they're trying to sell the dinosaurs off to the highest bidder. That is literally the second movie. Now, the third one is completely different. So thank God for that. However, it's terrible. And I mean, it's so terrible, they had to retcon some stuff, especially this new character they came up with in the fifth movie. And it's like, how the heck you gonna retcon her already? Yes, I'm talking about Maisie, the clone. For the love of Jesus, this is supposed to be a movie about dinosaurs, not cloned humans and not locusts. What was the deal with the locusts? The locust and the clone girl should have been like this own spin-off thing, not connected to this. And it's kind of like you can tell they did not have a clear vision when they was coming up with this new trilogy. It's just they recycled stuff from the old one and just went kind of crazy with it with the last one. But you know what's interesting is that Jurassic Park was a dino adventure movie. It wasn't an action movie. But then Jurassic World decided, hey, let's be a sci-fi action adventure movie, but heavy on the action. You know what that sounds like? Resident Evil. I mean, literally, once they started cloning humans and then started turning the dinosaurs into bioweapons, this is literally what this franchise has become. It is trying to be Resident Evil. I get it. Resident Evil has made a lot of money. Well, so have y'all. The Jurassic World movies, despite being crap, have made billions of dollars because people was anticipating the next movie because this franchise is very beloved and everything. Those original movies were just so good. Even the terrible third one still has some good stuff to it that makes it interesting, but my God, it's terrible. And so it's like, people was anticipating like, okay, well, this movie wasn't that great, so maybe the next movie will be better. I don't know, but maybe they'll fix it in the third. Nah. So of course people are going to watch them and stuff. And it's just ridiculous to have like humans literally fight dinosaurs and locusts. I cannot tell you how ridiculous that is. Like, dinosaurs are always thought to be one of the strongest animals ever lived. And my God, Owen was literally stabbing the most fierce of all fierce dinosaurs, an Allosaurus, with a knife. Who is he? Superman? Which brings me to one of my points. There's way too much plot armor in these movies, especially with that of Owen. Owen is literally Superman. Owen should have been dead since the first movie when they genetically modified that one dinosaur and made a hybrid. There was no way he should have been able to survive the attack from that thing. But my God, coming into the fifth movie, The Fallen Kingdom, there is so much plot armor on that man. He's literally wearing like a shining suit of armor. There's no way he should have survived that movie. There's no way he should have survived the opening of the movie, the middle of the movie, and the end of the movie. It's like they have literally tried their best to make Chris Pratt the biggest action star of all time. Then of course come the third movie and there's more plot armor with him. Like in the second, how did he survive underwater that long while a volcano was going on? How did he outrun an erupting volcano? How was he able to grab a dinosaur by the throat and literally just sling it or punch it or whatever? Because he grabbed it, she electrocuted it. Because he's so strong to the hurt this dinosaur, and this dinosaur literally killed the crap out of that man in the very first movie, the one that sprays that goo out of his mouth. I can't even talk right now. And then he stabbed an Allosaurus with a knife over and over and over like he's Hercules or something. And I'm just kind of like, no, this is too much. This is not an 80s movie. It's just not. Like, why is Hollywood trying their best to make Chris Pratt, of all people, the greatest action star ever lived? He's not even a leading man even anymore. Because we all follow his progress in Hollywood, He became a household name in Parks and Rec when he was the big Andy guy, and then he did the first Guardians movie where he got muscular and stuff. And people's all like, oh wow, he's actually being serious. He got in shape, he has a look to him. Let's see where this is gonna go. And then with every non-MCU movie has basically flopped or had mixed reviews with him. that Jupiter movie, like I heard that was terrible and stuff. So it's like he has one bomb after one flop after another. And it's to the point now where Hollywood is no longer seeing him as like a leading man. I think at one point he was considered for the Highlander reboot, not no more. It is now to the point where if he doesn't make like, live action MCU movies, his live action movies just don't do well. Now he's relegated to voice acting, and he's found a new home there with the Mario movie. But it's not because of his voice that wowed everybody. It was freaking Super Mario. Everybody has played that since they've been a kid. So of course that movie did well, and the Garfield movie did semi well and everything. But this is now what he's relegated to, voice acting. He is no longer the leading man in Hollywood, but yet in these Jurassic World movies, they keep trying to make him as though he is and everything. Then there is Claire. Her character literally changes in every stinking movie to the point where she is no longer consistent. I don't know which Claire I'm gonna get. She was that rude woman from the fourth movie who was like a business lady wearing like a business attire, had that bob, and she was most famous for running in high heels. That's all anybody ever talked about. Then come the fifth movie and everything, and she has a more casual look. Her hair is longer. She's like, trying to figure out what they're doing on that island with the dinosaurs. And now all of a sudden she cares after being so rude in the fourth movie. Her whole family, her nephews and sister, have been completely written out of this franchise. And then come the sixth movie, now she's an adoptive mother. She's now in a relationship with Owen and everything, even though they were never in one before. And they rarely flirt with each other. And now she's an action star in the sixth movie. She's literally jumping from building to building and everything. Since when could she do that? Then the one scene I kind of do like, because it's kind of funny, and it's the only thing that's kind of, oh my god, maybe she's going to get eaten, is when that one weird turkey-looking dinosaur was sneaking up behind her, and she had no idea, and she's just in the water. But then all of a sudden, she never looks back, but she can hear this dinosaur and decides to submerge herself underwater, holding her breath for a very long time until he leaves. Or she leaves, and then next thing you know, she was able to survive in the jungle with a bunch of dinosaurs from the afternoon into the night. She's not that good. She doesn't know anything about like how to evade animals and stuff. So how the heck did she? Then there's the thing with her and that taser and stuff. And her and Ellie are literally in the building with those two tasers, just zapping the crap out of locusts. And I'm all like, man, they must got some good hand-eye coordination. And not only that, but while all of a sudden the locust was slowing down. Throughout the entire movie, they swarm people a lot. But then all of a sudden, both of those two are just whacking the crap out of them like they're in a martial arts movie or something like that. And I get it. They want to be action stars too and have some fun because, the actress who plays Ellie never gets to do like action stuff. So okay, like fine. I can give you some credit for wanting to have some fun, but it's ridiculous. And then back with Owen, I remember the time he ran through those dinosaurs. I don't know what they're called. They were in the second movie. They're really tiny, really skinny. They look like a cross between a T-Rex and kind of like a Brontosaurus. And they snap at you and they clamp down on you. They killed that one man in the second movie. Owen ran through them, had a couple of them snap on him, and he was just able to wiggle them off. Nah, they killed that dude in the second movie. Why didn't they kill you? That don't make no sense, man. And plus, Owen is just too good at like animal crap. He's too good at hunting. He's too good at wrangling animals. Like my God, in the third movie, he's literally on horseback and he wrangled that one dinosaur. Where it took a whole team of people in the second and in the fifth movie to do. But yet he's just able to do it on horseback with no tranquilizer guns or anything like that. And it's just to the point where these movies are unbelievable now. And I know what you're saying. It's a movie about dinosaurs. That's unbelievable too. Yes, true. I can live in the state of mind of the reality of these movies where they brought dinosaurs back to life by cloning them in some weird scientific way. I can go with that, but I can't go with all the heavy action and plot armor outrunning dinosaurs and, like the CIA or whatever, recruiting paleontologists and stuff like that. Like when the older cast came back in the sixth movie, what the heck, man? They was acting like they were spies in a government agent type movie and everything. Like, okay, you know how you watch a comic book cartoon show and you have the young hero, and then all of a sudden he meets a bunch of older heroes, and then the older heroes are kind of like, man, I haven't done this in over 60 years. I feel like a kid again. And, we're on one last adventure. And then they start making a bunch of jokes and acting a little silly. That is what the sixth movie was with the older original cast. They act like the bunch of old people getting another spring in their step and feel like this is one last rodeo for them to go on and just acting silly. Like Alan, for the most part, still act like Alan. Freaking Malcolm doesn't even act like Malcolm no more. He just acts like Jeff Goldblum. That man stopped acting a long time ago. And Ellie acted completely different. It's like, who the heck is this woman? Like, I don't remember her acting like this. And yeah, time has passed. But I liked Ellie in the first movie. She was a great character and one of my favorites from the original movie. Like, she was literally a strong woman when her character had no business being. She proved she can be just as tough as the guy. She's very smart. She knows medical stuff on animals and dinosaurs and crap. Okay, where was that in this movie? Where was her medical scientific know-how and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Now she's just an action star and a comedic relief. And apparently she acts like a government agent now. But back in the first movie, she was sensible. She was the heart of the movie. She was the conscious. She's the one who taught some sense into Hammond and everything. She even stood her ground and be like, look, man, we ain't gonna do this male versus female crap. I'm gonna go down there, I'm gonna turn the power back on and all this other crap. And she did it with a sprained ankle and everything. And what happened to that Ellie? That's that strong Ellie I like, not this one who has a taser and just whacking things left and right and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, her character was so much better in the first movie. Man, freaking Jeff Goldblum, man. If you ain't gonna act no more like Jim Carrey, just stay away from movies and stuff. I want to see you act. I don't want to see you act like Jeff Goldblum, man. And the dude dresses absolutely the same as like the original, which was funny because the original cast dressed almost identical to that of the first movie. Oh, that's so random. Like, who would do that? But they're like, no, it's nostalgia and everything. Like, they have to dress the way they did in the first movie, unless you're not gonna believe it. And then when you see them dressed that way again, it's gonna give you member berries and everything. And I'm just kind of like, dude, this is so unrealistic now. But one of the worst things ever is just the whole retcon of like, Hellman's like vision and that whole Maisie thing. Like that's just so confusing. And they retcon that. That's what's so crazy. Now technically John Hammond has been retconned since Lost Kingdom, the second movie. Where after at the end of the first movie, he realized, yo man, I made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But then come the second movie, he's greedy and stupid again, and he wants these dinosaurs to live on their own and everything. No more of a theme park, but just to live on their own. Now it turns out his dying wish was to see all this happen and everything. And apparently he had a business partner and a co-creator, which we've never heard of before. And he's pissed at that dude and is believed because he cloned his dead daughter, which pissed John off. So John can bring back dinosaur, but this man can't bring back his dead daughter. That just makes him look terrible. And they did that to basically just like assassinate his character. But then they're like, oh no, we made a mistake. You don't like that? Okay, fine. We're going to retcon it in the third movie. Or technically the sixth. Where the daughter cloned herself. So it wasn't even her dad who did it. Weren't those movies like 2 years apart? Who the heck came up with the retcon and everything? And how she died in the year she died just doesn't really make all that sense. Because Hammond died in 97 along with the real life actor. But the Charlotte lady died 10 years later. So if she cloned herself 10 years later, then of course Hammond can't be pissed at Ben and everything. But of course now it's retconned and stuff. And how the heck does Ellie know her? Ellie hasn't been seen since that small role in the third movie. Basically, she wasn't in the second one. I thought she was going to be a major player in the third, but she just wasn't. And that pissed me off big time because she should have been. But instead, she's just there and she's with another man and she has a kid. So I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. She's not with Alan and everything. And so after that, we just don't know what really happened to her because she refuses to go back on those islands with dinosaurs. But when the heck did she ever meet Charlotte and everything? Like, I don't get it. And then, what's the company name? Imogen or something like that? When did they turn into a military, like, cloning facility and everything, making bioweapons and crap? It was a theme park, with scientists and cloning and crap. Like, they literally turned into the bad guy. Then, I forget his name, the Asian doctor dude who had a cameo in the first, disappeared from the franchise only to pop back up in Jurassic World. He came back as like a villain and everything. I'm just like, dude, I didn't get that impression of you from the first movie. Then comes the sixth movie and he helped create the whole Locust thing. And then now he has a change of heart. And I'm just kind of like, well, what changed your heart, dude? Because you was evil for the last couple of years and stuff. Like, and it just came completely out of nowhere. Oh, and apparently Charlotte is the smartest scientist in the entire Jurassic universe. Because it was stated in the sixth movie. So apparently she's smarter than the Asian dude. She's smarter than her father. And she's smarter than John Hammond. Come on now, man. Nah. We don't even know this woman. We don't even really have never really met her other than in flashback video. I don't mind them wanting to make a female like great, powerful, and all this. But modern Hollywood has a problem with female characters. They just think, okay, because this was added. It was a check off on a list. They said, all right, she has to be great in some way. Okay, make her the smartest person in the franchise and blah, 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 stuff like that. And it's like, how? After 6 movies, this character we've just now got introduced is apparently the brains of the entire operation. And she's better than the people who created it in the 80s and stuff. Just so they can say, this is modern Hollywood's version of a great female character. God, God, man. And I hate that because then some troll type person is gonna hear that and then make like 100 videos on it and crap on YouTube. And when I heard they was making this franchise, I thought to myself, gee, what is it gonna be about? Like it's been so many years. And when the fourth movie was just like the first, I'm like, that don't make no sense because at the end of the third movie, actually at the end of the second, we start to see dinosaurs are starting to get to the point where they want to leave the island. And then in the third movie, we see them leave the island. We see pterodactyls flying alongside like the helicopters. They left the island. The fourth movie, honest to God, should have been something similar to that of the sixth. The fourth movie should have shown the ramifications of what happened when you left these dinosaurs on an island and they decided to leave, or people got too close to the island. We should have seen like dinosaurs literally take over the world again. And the military in every country stepping in because they cannot handle this crisis. That is what the fourth movie should have been about. And them trying to like stop it and everything, not create bioweapons. Who the heck is gonna buy a dinosaur to take out another country? Like, you really gonna be able to control that thing? Once they started gene slicing dinosaurs and combining their DNA to make like a super dinosaur, that was just ridiculous. Having those dinosaurs be super smart when scientists believed that dinosaurs were actually pretty stupid because their brains were really tiny. And that's why they were so savage and everything, because their brains were so tiny. That's what people believed for so many years. Cause it makes kind of sense, because most animals with a tiny brain are stupid. And for the fact that this thing's able to claw out the tracking device or the explosive in its body, or the fact that they have to use lasers, say, hey, I point a laser at you, so go attack that person. And to have Owen be able to teach a raptor and everything, and have it be like his little pet and everything, that was just so far-fetched. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just too far-fetched. And and then the stuff with the black market, that was interesting. Like I said before, the sixth movie, take out the clone girl, take out the locust, and show what the world is like screwed up with dinosaurs, and then start like having the military come in and try to take them out, only to have animal groups and people to be all like, no, they're living creatures, leave them alone, and make into a big drama. Did they have the right to play God? You know what I'm saying? And now they see what playing God has happened. And humans are almost extinct and everything. So then in the fifth movie, come up with a way, like a virus, to try to kill like those animals or whatever. And if they really wanted to do something so radical, humans lose the fight against dinosaurs. In the franchise, with every human wiped off on the face of the earth by the dinosaurs, because they could not survive against a behemoth of a creature like them. That is how this franchise should have ended, on a very dark note. But no, they had to keep it going, they had to keep making an action movie and all this other crap. And I'm so disappointed because I love the original movies, you know what I'm saying? They were so good. That first one with the little CGI they had, there was something magical about that movie. The suspense, the leaves shaking, the noises in the background, because they didn't have the money, the CGI to have them like front and center. And then when you finally got to see them halfway into the movie, you were in awe and amazement, and you was actually scared. In this movie, I wasn't really scared, like the new trilogy and stuff. I'm just kind of like, I never felt scared for them, never. Except for maybe the fifth, when Owen had to get blood from that one dinosaur. Because if it woke up, I'm like, oh, dude, you're screwed and everything. And that one part where Claire was in the water, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I just never felt scared. And, when it comes to the new cast, some I like, some I don't, and some I just really don't like. I think Owen is too superhuman. I think Claire is like an enigma. You don't know which version of her you're gonna get. She's a big mystery and everything. But I still like them, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's superhuman and even though she changes in every movie like a chameleon, I still like them. And in the second movie, I actually like the new cast. The cast in the, what is it? The fourth movie and the sixth movie, I don't care for them at all. But I like the cast of the fifth movie. I like the tech support dude. He's cool, except for when he screams like a girl. I like the little medical lady. I just don't always like her smart mouth, but she's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like she's always antagonistic and always got something smart to say, like smart, like a pissy smart kind of thing. And it's just like chill, dude, chill. And for them to have cameos in the sixth movie was just disrespectful in my opinion. And bringing back the original cast for nostalgia, and that's all it was because the old cast and the new cast don't interact until 2 hours into the movie. That is when they meet up. They're on different like stories and everything. You got Owen and Claire looking for Maisie because like the Dino laboratory company has kidnapped her and everything. And then you have Alan, um what's her name? Ellie and Malcolm trying to figure out the whole Locust thing because for some reason they brought in Locust for whatever reason. And then all of a sudden their paths like cross when Maisie is taken to the facility that created the locust that brings Owen and Claire into contact with Alan, Ellie, and all them. And it's just kind of like 2 hours, two freaking hours, 2 freaking hours and everything. I could write a freaking trilogy better than that, man. Seriously, I hate when all these Hollywood types get paid millions of dollars to write a movie and it turns out to be crap. That pisses me off so much because they don't deserve that money. And I've seen so many crappy movies, so many crappy shows, and I'm all like, you don't deserve that title, you don't deserve the fame, and you don't deserve the money. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.